Well, Zim's Guitars got some more of my money. Let's go check out the Kramer Focus 2000. Hey guys, hey gals, 40 Grit here, 40 Grit Guitars. This is a cool guitar. Went out to Dane's to hang out for a while, bend his ear about some stuff, and this has been sitting behind the counter for months. I don't know why that guitar was still here. I don't understand, but it's okay. It's good for me. Maybe it was just waiting for me. I don't know what the deal was there. But Dane and I did a live stream, and we ended up selling that BC Rich B. So congratulations to my subscriber that picked that up. Let me know if you got it, how it's going, if you're happy with it, etc. We're going to put this one on the bench today. Still kind of fighting the heat out here in Arizona, so next week it's supposed to break, and I know it's going to start getting crummy next week in some areas on the East Coast. So I've already gone through my winter, and now I'm entering my summer. That being said, let's go put this one on the bench today. This one was extremely dirty and had a high fret and had some issues. So let's go out. Let's go stick it on the bench. Let's go see what we can do with this thing. The Focus 2000 is on the bench. The tag has been removed and added to the wall with the other scores I've gotten that I end up keeping. Focus 2000 pointy headstock, made in Japan, 15-inch radius, rosewood fretboard. I'm going to fatten this up a little bit. This guitar's been sitting for a week, and the fret sprout feels a lot better. Original Floyd Rose. I'm going to pull these pickups out and see what they are. So let's get moving on the Kramer Focus 2000. This guitar is in great condition. It's just a little dirty, so I'm gonna pull this one apart, clean it up, tighten everything up. This is surely an old slammer nut, one of the old Kramer nuts. It's a R2 for sure. It's offset. It needs to come over. You can see it moving. I haven't touched anything yet, but it's going to need to come over. So I'll move that over. Frets look not bad at all, so I probably won't even touch these. I'll probably just hydrate this neck a little bit. Small shim in the neck pocket. I don't know what I did with it. Just a piece of paper. I'll probably do a correct shim in there. I'm not going to go sanding on this just because I just don't. It's just not worth my time. I'll put I got a way of. I have a disappearing shim that I can do that we used at SIR, which I'm not going to demonstrate, but I will do the correct. I will do a correct shim. I also like using that. There's a certain sandpaper I like to use for shims as well. If I just don't feel like getting too deep into something. Lots of corrosion on the bridge. I'm going to soak everything in WD-40. I'm going to pull the bridge apart here in a second, and then I want to pull these pickups out. Okay, so as I figured, they weren't going to be Duncans. That's okay. They sound great. I was noodling on this yesterday during the Jakey Lee show on Tone Talk. So I'll throw these back in. I'll clean up as I go. I mean, for being almost a 40-year-old guitar, this thing's in great shape. So I'm just going to clean up as I go. I will surely be replacing those speed knobs because they're ugly, and I'll get this guitar dialed in fairly well. I went ahead and pulled the tuners out of this neck just because there's a lot of like grime on there and stuff. So I use the swirl remover on the StewMac, and then I usually finish it up with some gloss sauce and finish everything up. I mean, for quick scratches, this will take the scratches out. I mean, you can even use like automotive scratch remover, and it usually cleans these up pretty good. So I will show you a before and after because this one's looking kind of rough. I went ahead and pulled this truss rod out. This is super tight. I thought it was locked, but it's not locked. Super tight. So what I did is I took some naphtha, cleaned out the nut. I'm gonna put some probably some nut sauce in there and just like get it lubed up a little bit, and we'll get this truss rod working good again. Just super tight in there. Probably hasn't been touched in a long time. Okay, neck looks great. Still had some fret sprout. Went ahead and filed that out. The headstock looks great. Put the tuners back on. Everything looks good. I'm gonna do my shim here real quick so the neck will be 100% done. Continue to let that hydrate for a little while. I buffed the frets out a little bit, and she's ready to go back together. Okay, so if she's all done, I will pick this up as if I was just doing a walk around. Headstock looks great now. Move the nut over. The alignment was off on the nut. adjusted the string treat correctly. The neck is nice and hydrated. Had some fret sprout. Went ahead and filed those down a little bit. Cleaned everything up. This guitar was filthy. You saw the bridge before I got started. There's still some residual, some residue on there. I swapped out the knobs to Fender style, three-way switch. The Floyd is amazing. It is old school. It's got that checkerboard pattern on the back. That's how I always go by it. It's got that old checkerboard pattern on the back of the base plate. So she looks fantastic. The neck was not adjusting. It did have a high fret around the 13th fret. I went ahead and fixed that. And the truss rod would not adjust. So I threw a washer in there and I got it to adjust correctly. So it took one washer. Other than that, she is road ready. I would take this guitar on the road. They don't make guitars like this anymore. They do not. This guitar is set up perfectly. I did put an invisible shim in there. The bridge is sitting perfect on the body. It was sitting on the body when I got it, but I put a little more angle on it because the action wasn't where I wanted it. So let's flip her over and take a look here, and then we'll measure the pickups and get a weight. Fantastic. There's the back of your headstock, 15-inch radius on this, standard Kramer feel. I went ahead and took some 220 to the back of the neck, and I put some of the Monty's wax on the back of it. It feels great. Changed out the strap locks or the strap pins to strap locks. Put black ones on, it just looked better. 100% original. I really didn't change anything except for the necessity stuff for me. I didn't even change the jack out. Pickups sound great. Put the plates back on just because I have them, and she looks great. Focus 2000. This is the guitar I would have killed for when I was 15. Okay, bridge is reading 9.5. Not as hot as I like, but I did play it through the amp and it sounded good enough. I'm not going to change anything on this. I just want to leave it stock just because it's cool to leave it stock. Neck pickup is reading about the same, 9.5, and then split it, you're at 4.8. But everything works, tone works, three-way switch works, volume works. Everything's good on this guitar. And the Floyd Rose is just amazing. All right, let's get some weight on the Kramer Focus 2000 from Zim's Guitars. Looks like 8 pounds on the money, 7 pounds, 15 ounces, whatever, somewhere around there. Everything looks good. Alignment's a little heavy on the treble side, but as I always say, I'm okay with that. Because of the nut, I could move that over a little bit. Nut's perfect now. I could move that over a little bit, but I played it and it's not bugging me. So I'll leave everything as is. I want to keep this as stock as I can because you just don't run across these very much anymore in this condition. That Floyd's amazing. All right, let's check out the clean channel on this one. EVH, iconic, my go-to amp. 80 watt head through two EVH 212s, and I'm down a half step on this one. It just played better. They always play better a half step down, but it's fitting for a half step down with the Kramer. It's got to be a 4.7 and they're so muddy. I just put a 2.2 on Aldo's Texas Goes. It doesn't get so... Who's ever going to play on that? A lot of travel for a tone. Let's switch it over to Dirty and check out Dirty. All right, I'm over on Dirty Channel. Let's give this one a whirl. These pickups are really screaming. I did think just old pickups, cheap pickups, probably, could, use a repotting or whatever, but not worth my time. I'll probably end up throwing something different in these. But I got a whole box of pickups here, so that'll just be something for a different show or something. So let's check it out. It doesn't sound bad. It's just hard to control right now. But Jakey Lee did talk about that last night, controlling the feedback. So maybe I need to take a Jakey Lee lesson. Let's check out the Kramer. Doesn't sound bad. Probably needs pickups though. Let me get you out of here. This one was really involved. I had a lot of stuff to do on this one. It kept going, okay, that's a problem. Okay, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. I had to fix a bunch of stuff on this one. The biggest thing on this one was the high fret. It had a high fret, and then the adding the washer to the truss rod. That's a trick to give you a little bit more movement there, to where it'll lock up quicker and force it to move. I could not get this to go straight without adding the washer, the neck, because usually when I'm setting up, I'll go totally straight, back off about an eighth or a quarter of a turn, and then the rest of it will accommodate for the relief I like in the neck. And then these are adjusted the butt, so once you put the neck on, it's game over unless you want to pull the neck again. And I hate doing it, so I kind of perfected a way that I have to where I'm pull the neck off, check the shims. That's why, and I don't molest these guitars when I pull them apart. I pull them apart because I want to know what's doing with them, so I can give them a clean bill of health and say, yeah, I know what's inside that pocket, and take out any paper shims or anything like that. Take that stuff out. So this one came out good. The Floyd Rose and the Slammer Nut. I mean, there's some cool stuff on this guitar, and it plays amazing. Sounds great too. So thank you for watching. Appreciate the interaction on the live show, on the tribute show. That show probably could have gone all night. I just didn't want to draw it out too far. I can sit and talk about Ed all the time. But I thank you for your contributions. Thank you for your comments. Any comments on this one, hit me up. Let me know. I did finish Aldo's guitar, shipped back to Texas. The Texas Ghost was shipped back. So we should be hearing from him and hear what his thoughts are on his guitar once he gets his hands back on it. Like I said, any questions, hit me up. I'll see you guys on the next one. Be safe. And if I have any subscribers in Florida, man, take care of yourself and go and shelter, and don't be staying home, because that's not going to be too smart. Have a good one, and I will see you guys on the next one.